Emma Boyland, Professor of Food Marketing and Child Health at the University of Liverpool and co-lead of the EASO Public Health Task Force. My research focuses on food marketing, food and beverage marketing really, but food for brevity, and exploring the nature and extent of food marketing, so where people see it, how much there is, the healthfulness of the foods and beverages promoted, and then also exploring impact on eating behaviour, particularly in children, and working with policymakers and other groups to try to improve public health policy to reduce the amount of unhealthy food advertising that we see in our everyday lives to improve diet and health. So of course we see food advertising in a lot of different spaces, on TV, in digital media, outdoors, through event sponsorship, through a number of different avenues. So the way that we capture what food advertising is there, what it's showing and how it impacts us has to differ as well, because we receive it in so many different ways. So there are a number of monitoring tools that we can use to measure those things and to assess not just what's being advertised, but how it's being advertised and what the creative content is. So we can understand more about the persuasive power of advertising, so how they grab our attention, hold our attention and persuade us that we should do something like buy their products or consume their brand. So we do a lot of monitoring work across a number of different media, and digital media is probably the most challenging because of course what I see on my digital media or my digital device is not the same as what you see or what anybody else sees, because it's all personalised and driven by who we are, where we've visited before, the sorts of things that we tend to click on and buy and so on. And so it's also getting more innovative and advanced over time. So we used to look at things like food brand websites and look at what advertising was there. But now, of course, it's things like live game streaming platforms and immersive environments and virtual reality and all these things. And the food brands are already there and already in those spaces because they know children are there, and they have the opportunity to promote their brand to those age groups. So I do a lot of work to measure all of those things, create protocols so that people can do the same measurements in different countries and over time to look at changes, and also do lots of experiments to see what impact that has on the foods that we choose to eat, how much we choose to eat, how we feel about foods and all those sorts of things. And I also do a lot of work with non-government organisations and advocacy groups and charities to, I guess, inform them about what the evidence says, to suggest ways we might tackle this with public health policy and with interventions and so on, and also speak to policymakers themselves. But policymakers don't tend to read journal articles, so there's another step to creating, going from creating evidence all the way through to it informing public health policy, and that's getting that information into kind of a digestible format for policymakers, and that's through things like writing policy briefs, like writing blogs and shorter articles, and speaking directly to the teams that are developing these policies to explain to them what the evidence is and where they need to be looking and taking action. So I guess that's an all-round view of what I do as an academic, and hope to create a healthier food environment one step at a time.